welcome to the Five-A-Side podcast, which nearly became four. I'm joined after an exciting weekend of statements, parties, and football by Craig Gregor,
Hello.
Ross Dewar,
Hi guys.
disgruntled referee Billy Kirkpatrick,
Good evening.
and Matthew Thompson if he's there.
Alright, folks.
Fantastic. Quite a nice weekend I had. A lovely weekend of watching football, reading statements, and finding out about a nice wee house party a few players decided to go to.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the Premiership because the Championship was wank this weekend with 2 games and 2 1-each draws. There's not really much to talk about.
Both of them rescued by 90th minute goals.
Was so we'll just straight away go into Dundee United 3, Livingston 0. They've hit a slump, haven't they?
They have indeed. Just they need to get a win under their belts again and get this streak going before they turn into Kelly with all these losses.
Yeah.
It was quick as well in the game to concede too.
Yeah, the first minute was it?
Only 49 seconds in.
Yeah. It was like a game of head tennis off kickoff, and then it just kind of falls to Dundee United. They get the ball in, and it's a tidy wee finish.
Well, Jamie Robson justifying why me and Billy put him our teams, getting a nice wee ball into the middle there.
Did he bomb down the wing?
He did bomb down the wing.
He did. He did. It's a good ball in.
for
Yeah,
folk
the guy
listening
takes
for-
it well. It's a good finish.
You gotta know why Bill, has to put in, It's been brought to our attention last week. Billy said, 27 times while picking his 11 players. And I'm
Fair
glad
play
you
to
all
whoever
know
counted that.
that he's because he knows.
Well, I wanted to make sure that everybody knew. That was why.
After the
I did think from this game it didn't. Livy didn't really worry Dundee United really at any point. A very comfortable sort of game for the Dundee United defence.
we do
Comfortable.
we get
Yeah.
into the first controversial decision of the weekend. Then
Oh well, I've got something before that.
do you?
Actually.
Oh,
Lawrence Shankland had quite a good
He-
chance to make it 2-0.
He did.
He chips it over the goalkeeper and takes too many touches, finds himself at a really awful angle. And does he hit the post or does it hit something
I think
else?
the goalie might save it.
Keeper
Yeah,
saves it.
yeah.
Keeper saves it.
It's a good save.
I really thought he could have done better when he chipped it over the keeper just to at least try and get a shot away quicker.
I think his touch after that just took it a wee bit away from him too much.
Yeah, should have volleyed it.
Right, on to the shite referees then.
Right. How is it a red card? I mean, what?
I really don't know. I would have even said no yellow. Like, I don't even know how a card's been produced there.
It barely touches him as well.
I see why a yellow could have been produced, but it's never a red in my opinion.
Yeah.
This one, I think I can justify it. And I'm going to try and justify it. I think there is, in the slow-mo now, in real time, I'm not convinced. In the slow-mo replay, I think there's enough to justify that the studs catch just around the ankle, on or around the ankle. I think you can argue serious foul play, and I would not expect it to be rescinded. I think it's, you can justify a red card in that scenario.
Not for me.
No,
Nah,
not
for me,
Not for me.
I'd take a yellow. I think a yellow's fair. It's a rash challenge. It's a bit late.
I take a yellow, but
Yeah.
for me, it almost seemed like he slipped, and he barely touches the guy as well. It's a very harsh one to be given as a red card.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Didn't
That put
didn't set Dundee United back too far though, because went and doubled their lead not long after that.
Mhm.
I believe it was at Harks came on for Sporl and
Yep.
forced into a sub in the first half, and he played quite a good ball into Shankland to just tap it home.
It was a nice through ball. Shankland plays it behind the goalkeeper, who's kind of like turned side on, almost when the ball goes past him, just sort of letting the ball into the net. Maybe it's time for a rotation of goalkeepers at Livingston again.
Well, Robbie was playing quite well up until they dropped him. I didn't really understand why they dropped him in the first place.
I don't understand why they brought Striek in the first place when obviously they brought Robbie in to Robbie in to obviously compete for the number one spot.
I thought he was doing sound enough as well.
Yeah, they were in good form.
For them.
He
Yeah, they're in good form.
earned himself a call up to the national team by his performances, and then got dropped a couple of weeks later. It was a strange one.
Bizarre. It's a nice finish from Shankland though. I did think they could probably have defended better for the ball through, but then again, it's still quite a good ball.
Yeah,
No, I agree. I think that they were definitely well worth their lead at the break anyway. They were definitely the better side in the first half.
even after going down to 10 men as well. He just never, like Ferg said, never seemed to get any trouble from the Livingston attack.
Yep.
Strange. Sometimes that happens though. When you go down, you end up beating the team on top. Sometimes, and Livy decided to get themselves a man sent off. Again, I didn't understand why.
It's just such a strange one. Both like I feel like the referee has thought he's made a wrong decision in the first half and tried to make up for it. That's the only way I can justify it.
But they're both never red cards, in my
This is-
opinion. I think the second is even less of a red card than the first one.
I agree with that. I think the second one, I put Fishwater. I think his name's Fitzwater. Definitely did not deserve a red card. Nah,
I
not
thought
for
the
me at
referee
all.
was going to give him a yellow, and then he whips out the red card. I was very confused.
Yeah, but the
Took
player
his
goes to
time
walk
with it
away.
as well.
He goes to walk back to his position. He's like, right, okay, I'll take my foul and we'll move on. And then the red comes out. Shocking.
Oh, this one is harder to justify.
So don't.
I like how you're trying so hard
I'm
as
not-
well to
no.
justify it.
In real time, I can understand why it's been given, but personally, it's a yellow card all day long. It's for me, it's not a red. I think, not to be critical or anything, I think it's a personal view would be that it's stopping a promising attack rather than denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity. But that's just my
Yeah, that was
obviously
the one thing I thought maybe the ref's seen the fact that he is going to go through there, but I think there's a lot of cover in the middle still for him. The defender's going to go over in time
Nicky
to,
Devlin.
Yeah.
There's two other defenders in the middle.
Nah, not for me.
And then, yeah, Lawrence Shankland got his second of the match just before the end.
He does really well to battle for that ball in the air and win it.
Mm-hmm.
He does. I do kind of again question why the defenders aren't doing better there, but can't really argue. It's a good finish anyway when he cuts back onto his right foot and he just puts it around the goalkeeper.
Mm.
Especially from where he was.
I think it's one of Shankland's best performances this season. I think he was extremely influential, and it's kind of getting him back to where he needs to be. Because I feel Dundee United played with a bit more balance.
It looks like he's got a lot of confidence.
He is the kind of player once he gets confidence anyway, will start to score goals.
I think he's managed to take some confidence from the fact I put him in my team at the podcast before last weekend, and that's really kicked him on.
Same. He also got put in my team.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take half the credit.
Mine and Ferg's vote of confidence was enough to kick him on. 2 goals this weekend.
Yeah, Dundee United getting a win could be a crucial one as well in the fight for putting Kelly down,
So
because that's what
is that the
everyone
end
wants.
game then?
That is the end game, I think, for everyone, is to get Kelly out the league.
I still stand by it's going to be Ross County. It's going to go down.
Kelly and Hamilton, please. For me.
Nah, it will be Ross County. I'm sticking with Ross County.
I just can't see by Kelly going down right now. It's not looking good for them.
Well, they were better this week. I'm telling you, the last 2 weeks they have been better. Not good, but better.
They've not scored a goal.
Better.
Yeah, again, not good, but better.
Yes, but
Well-
the second best team in the country hasn't scored against Rangers this season yet, so
Well,
I
if you
wouldn't
want,
be looking
we
too
can,
much
now,
into
we can
that.
go on and we can talk about Kilmarnock in Rangers v Kilmarnock. 1-0 win for Rangers. Ross Dewar, you were at the match in your bedroom.
/ living room.
I was in my bedroom watching the football. To be honest, I felt Rangers played quite well at points. Obviously, for the goal was a sheer bit of class from Ryan Jack. That's his second goal this season. In terms of the actual game, I felt Kilmarnock at points actually defended quite well. But overall, Rangers, I think, had quite a lot of opportunities they squandered and were a wee bit lacklustre in the final third at points.
Yeah, I agree. Genuine, I haven't watched the highlights. I seen Tav had the ball in the back of the net. Was it actually offside?
I've got it down
I haven't
as
seen it.
given correctly offside, but it wasn't the best angle. I'm just judging.
I've just seen the angle from the highlights, and it's to me he looked a bit offside, but I definitely couldn't tell. I wasn't sure if watching the game they had any better angles.
I feel.
We've got to trust these professional linesmen that we've got.
I agree. The officials do a great job.
I was going to say, I think it's better in those decisions to go with your gut instinct, and if you think it's offside, then just to go with it, because it does. From the replay, it does look that maybe at half a yard off.
Possibly, yeah.
But
It looks ever so slightly off to me, but it's one of those ones I'd be worried actually making that call if I was the assistant.
Yeah, that's true.
Apart from
So another win for Rangers, which is a shame.
It is a shame, but I mean, some hit from Ryan Jack, and it's a moment of magic that's kind of not dug them out of the hole, but got them the win, hasn't it?
Yeah.
a couple of chances. Joe Aribo missed quite a good chance where Kent passed it to him. I feel Kent probably doing better going himself.
I feel like Kent maybe didn't go himself though, because Kent previously had a few chances himself and didn't really do too much with them.
Do you think he's lacking in confidence then?
Maybe.
I think he played well to get into the positions to get the shots, and he was playing good passes and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just once he got into the position to get the shot, his shots just weren't good.
I think lately Rangers have been playing quite nervously. I don't know if a lot of players in the back of their mind are thinking they're only 4 wins away.
I think it's
Yeah, I think it's
complacency.
The closing out complacency a little bit. They're not wanting to be complacent, so they're getting worried about being complacent, and then that way they're being complacent.
Like in the first half of the season, we weren't afraid to go at teams, and I think now we're sort of not sitting off them as much, but we're not playing as fast and sort of attractive football and
Do you think
inviting a wee bit too much pressure.
Do you think the fact that you have been playing at such a high intensity for half a season already, do you reckon there's any fatigue? Especially with the big fixture, sort of, they're all clumped pretty much together over the sort of festive period and into January. It's hard to keep that going every single
I think
game.
I think that does
I
play a
wouldn't
part in it.
surprise me.
Obviously, as we all know, and Billy will obviously agree that Zungu has turned out not to be a very great signing for Rangers. So, as much as they've got players, they're kind of lacking 1 or 2 players, if you know what I mean. They still lack maybe a couple of players in the midfield. I know Arfield's came back, which is a huge boost, but it's difficult playing for Davis playing like
so much.
all the games.
And playing well.
Zungu is a bit gash, and he spent his time over the weekend at a gaff.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, we do have to stress that.
Allegedly at a gaff, sorry, but the photos and videos and that don't look fantastic for him and anyone else involved.
Coming from a Celtic fan, if you're going to break the rules, you might as well go somewhere warm.
Exactly. Go to Dubai. Go to Spain.
Exactly. Take your injured players. Take your injured players for a pint.
Exactly.
That's what you need to do.
At least go somewhere where you can get a pint, not just some round.
I mean, at least it's worked.
What, just
at least
orange
it's worked
juice?
out well for Celtic.
Yeah.
You never know. 20-point deduction incoming.
But would you really?
And even then,
Would you be okay with winning the league if Rangers got a 20-point deduction?
Yes.
I still don't think they'd win the league at that point.
we wouldn't. We'd only be 2 points ahead.
If that happens, there would be an absolute riot.
No, but if we
That'd be
beat
funny,
you in the
though.
Old Firm, we'd go one ahead.
Exactly.
It would be an absolute riot.
Yeah, but it'd be funny. No, I don't.
I'm not disputing it'd be funny.
I personally think the safety of all the players has to be taken into consideration, and we should void the league.
Null and void's the only safe option.
Yeah,
here
void
for
the
me
league.
as well.
I mean, there's a whole 9 games left, and you're telling me that we could say that Rangers are going to win this? Absolutely not.
No.
Void.
Not for me.
Void it.
We'll move on to Motherwell.
Aye, she's doing fine.
Oh, fuck up.
That's plenty, okay. Motherwell v Hamilton. Hamilton absolutely trouncing Motherwell like nobody predicted.
Yep.
Pardon?
Someone did
Apart from
predict
one guy.
Someone did predict a Hamilton
Pardon?
masterclass.
Oh, that's plenty. No, that's plenty.
I love a Lanarkshire derby.
That's plenty. So, what's happened to Motherwell?
They're not very good. Is that not what's happened to
Yeah,
them?
but Hamilton.
They're worse than I thought.
I will quote a great man, Neil Lennon. Hamilton.
How did that turn out for him?
Exactly.
Well, he won the league, so that's how it turned out for him.
Yeah.
How's he doing this season, the biggest
have
season?
been in a real upturn of form lately. They've had a good performance.
This is the time of year they've got to pull into that next
and they
gear.
have brought in star striker Bruce
Are
Anderson.
you sure it's the same person that was at Ayr? I think it's a different one.
I thought he had a very successful loan at Ayr, and he's having a really successful loan at Hamilton, and he's going to keep them in the division apparently.
You know what? It's
I take it you don't
Agent
watch
Anderson
it again.
is there to send Kelly down. That is what's happening.
Yes.
Hope so.
We'll take it.
And he did. He got the first goal in the game.
Yeah.
I just dreadful defending from
What is
Motherwell.
the defence?
It's decent passing. We'll give them a bit of credit where it's due. But it is shite defending.
He's just in so much space in the middle of the box.
Yep.
The defender, to be fair to him, gets across to him, but just leaves his legs gaping for the ball to go through and into the back of the net.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
And then Big Steven sent off.
I need to see a better angle of that because the two angles
I've
that
not seen a good
you
angle
show
of
you,
that at all.
it kind of looks like the Hamilton player throws himself to the ground. The one thing I've got to say is if the referee gives the penalty, the right decision is to give the red card. But it's just whether the penalty is the right decision or not.
From one of the angles I've seen, he did have a hold of his shoulder/arm, so
Probably enough for a foul, I'd say.
probably enough for a foul.
And therefore a red card, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like
I did think it, but
Kelly needs to do a lot better with the penalty, just not strong enough. Like,
No.
it wasn't the best of penalty, it wasn't in the corner by any means, but when you dive the right way and you get on a touch on the ball, you have to be able to keep it out.
I was going to say it wasn't a great penalty, but again, it wasn't great from the goalkeeper either.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah,
And then
third goal. Jesus Christ. The third goal. At first viewing, I was like, that's some hit. Like, to get away from the defender and sort of strike it so cleanly. but then you see it from behind the goal, and it's cannons off the defender's foot onto his foot as he's swinging.
You
So I think he got unlucky with that
got to
one.
say though, a good pass through from Agent Bruce.
Agent Bruce playing the good pass, keeping Hamilton up, putting Kelly down.
As long as Ayr can do the job well and manage to stay up in the championship too.
Oh, they should do.
Yeah,
should.
Sorry.
Arbroath and Alloa. There's no way they're worse than Arbroath and Alloa.
Well, they're not, but results.
I mean,
You never know what's going to happen where.
You don't.
true.
I mean, Mark Kerr's at the wheel.
Exactly, Mark Kerr's at the wheel.
But you said Mark Kerr's at Lille.
Yes.
I was like, I'm so confused.
Left the Ayr
Head
force
onto-
to take on the Lille job.
Oh dear.
So
4-0?
It went 4-0, yeah.
4-0 in the 64th minute.
This was a great goal. I absolutely
Was
loved
it?
Oh yeah, it was a great bit of play down the wing. The cross in.
was
I think it's more pure defending.
Time finish.
What is the
I
defending?
think you
I've
keep
seen-
discrediting
I've seen-
Hamilton.
I've seen children defend better than that.
You know,
Actual children.
a bit of credit has to be
I was
given
about to say,
That
a
was a
bit of
good
credit.
Played very well.
We did.
I thought you said Alloa there.
No, not Alloa.
So it's Hamilton are on the up. And they're
Motherwell
staying up.
did manage to claw one back from a penalty that was outside the box. I didn't know these were penalties these
Yeah.
days, but you know,
It's a
must,
been 2 yards.
must have made the box bigger.
Are you going to defend this one, Bill? When you go defend it?
In real time, I thought it was a penalty, but evidently with the replay, it's quite obvious that it wasn't.
He's about 8 miles outside.
No wonder the
box.
referees are sponsored by Specsavers.
And
Don't
again,
worry.
it's not a penalty for me because it's outside the box.
It's a free kick.
And the penalty's
It is, yeah.
It's another poorly struck penalty.
I don't think I watched it.
I've actually
I
got
remember the
I've actually got written down here. Same shit, different pen.
There you go.
I mean, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same end of the pitch. It's just a different
A
goalkeeper.
Wordsworth.
Like for the other team, it's just absolutely tragic. It's a bad penalty, and it's a bad attempt by the goalkeeper. Where do they find these goalkeepers?
So
Well, the Motherwell goalkeepers from the Rangers Academy.
no
It's a
comment.
Celtic.
Is the Hamilton goalkeeper just some?
I don't even know who the Hamilton goalkeeper is. I could not tell you.
Are you generalising folk from Hamilton?
Do you know who Ryan Fulton is?
Oh, was it Ryan Fulton? I couldn't tell you who the goalkeeper was. Sure, that's what I was saying. I couldn't remember.
He's
Yeah, it
out of
was.
disgrace in Hamilton, who done very well to win 4-1.
He did
I'm
play
telling
very
you,
well.
are going to stay up.
No, yeah, they did. Okay,
They are going to stay up.
that's something to be said from a team that is picked up from the Sainsbury's car park.
Leave them alone.
So,
Let's get on to the good
I will
teams.
not. They should leave.
so the goalkeepers came from Rangers and Liverpool.
Yep.
So there you go.
Well,
Sums up Liverpool's goalkeepers.
It
this
does.
season, doesn't it?
They'd be better off down there.
I'm sure he played Liverpool this season.
Finally, we'll jump on to St Johnstone versus Celtic. A 2-1 win for Celtic. Blistering form is returning to Parkhead.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't even at Parkhead.
I know, but I'm just saying that the Parkhead
It's
team
returning there, though.
That's true, they go back.
it will be on Wednesday night. I did think the game was a bit drab.
Shit.
St
I
Johnson
didn't want
played
to use
very well.
such awful language. Yeah, just started so slack and slow, and everyone's just like back to that laboured sort of gameplay again. And you're like, what's happened? Because the couple of performances before this seemed to look a bit better and a bit higher tempo and good passing play, and there wasn't really any of that in the first half, really, apart from one chance where Edward gets it down the left and he fires a low cross across.
Yep.
And it's just evades Ryan Christie, and it comes to Rogic at the back post, and he takes a touch and then kind of pokes it at the defender.
Watching Celtic is sometimes like watching walking football.
It's not that bad, but okay.
And no, I think it is at points that bad. That's why they struggle to break down teams at points. They're just so slow with the
But you know
ball.
what? That's what I'm saying. The one time we broke down St Johnson, like early on. Well, not early on, but it was about half an hour into the game, and it actually looked really well. And then Tom Rogic, who I raved about after the midweek game, just kind of passes it to the defender who's on the goal line.
Yep. Well, St Johnson did open the scoring 50 minutes in.
They did. Oh god! Just after half time, I came back. I went for a shower. I came back. I looked at the screen. I was like, "Oh no!"
What a goal.
Then I see a replay about a minute later. What is Shane Duffy doing?
Was it Shane Duffy? I thought it was McGregor and
There's two
Taylor.
of them. No, it's
Yeah, but Shane Duffy doesn't go to any men in the box. He just runs straight for the goal line. He does what's reminiscent of Billy in pro clubs. Just straight on the goal line. He does not trust the goalkeeper.
I take that back. That's offensive to Billy and pro clubs.
That's a bit.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is at this point.
To be fair, give Duffy the credit. He didn't call for it on the line. Billy likes to call for it on the
He
line.
did.
Play it to me. I'm open.
He is a creative wizard, Billy.
Yes, indeed.
I honestly thought from that, I was like, Celtic aren't getting back into this, are we? Until Odsonne Edouard pulled it so far from out of nowhere that I'm just so surprised. To be fair to Ryan Christie, I was laughing at him actually because he did fling himself to the deck and launch a corner about 8 miles into the stand at one point. But to be fair to him, from this was just after actually. He breaks down the left hand side of the box and he plays a good ball across to where Edward's going to be. It's a tidy wee finish.
Yeah, it's good from Edward.
He did well to get himself into that position, just to give himself the tap in, basically.
Yeah, I agree.
It gives the keeper no chance. Who kind of just arm up and up to the side as if acting like he was going to try, but didn't really move.
Yep. And then it wasn't long after. Done it again.
2 minutes after.
He's only gone and done it again.
Done it again. And this time it was all him. It was all him. All magic. Beautiful.
Was it all him? I feel it was a good build up
We're
to
talk about Greg Taylor's ball in.
Nah,
And
it was all him.
What about the W from
It's all
Christie?
Edward in the box.
Greg Taylor gets the ball?
Oh, it was all him.
I mean, I'm not very quick to give Greg
Nah,
Taylor credit, but
I'm patching over that because it's all Edward. Okay, he turns a couple defenders, turns round, and fires it into the back of the net, and Xander Clark's absolutely fucking raging.
yep.
no wonder.
He absolutely
like
smacks the
statues.
ground. You could actually hear it on the TV, like how hard he hit the ground. In rage.
I received a comment from someone that listens to our podcast.
Thank
I'll get
you.
that right eventually. Who suggests that Edward is what Morelos was to Rangers a few seasons back, helping Celtic always getting out of tight situations so far this season.
But without the red card.
I was going to say,
Without the red
without
cards.
kicking folk.
Yeah, I think Edward has. All he does is just get us out of jail for the last month and a half or so with his goals, which is kind of what you pay him for. But he's
that's what
returned
you
into
pay
a
him
good
for,
bit
to
of
be
form.
honest. And after he's had what many people are calling his worst season for Celtic, he's actually scored 20
Yeah,
goals
he's
now
still hit
this
that
season.
20 goal mark, and he's first player to do it in 3 consecutive seasons since Adam Rooney.
Yep.
And he's top goal scorer in the league. I mean, it's quite impressive considering he has been just not very good this season for us.
He does hit the
And-
pins.
Apparently he's going to be let go for as little as 15 million in the summer.
Good bit of business.
Is that, his,
Mr. Arsenal boy.
Well,
is that just his left foot?
no, I think we'll be getting his full body, Matt, when Arsenal come in and sign him. And
No
you'll,
feet,
There's
just his
I
absolutely-
don't
body.
want his head.
no, you don't need a head.
No, it doesn't hit the ball. Yeah, I mean that is now 11 in his last 11, so it's good stats from Edward.
Good stats from him, yeah.
Yeah, definitely putting some money onto the
He's
price
hitting
tag.
form. He's he's hitting form as Celtic are hitting form and really pushing for this title.
We are. Give it a good go. We're now 2 ahead after the incoming points deduction.
Well,
So we'll have to try and
We
stay
are.
there.
you've got to say that the second place does look secure now. You look safe there.
Well, actually,
It does, to be
we
fair.
do. We do now because if you we didn't talk about this, but Aberdeen did continue their run of not scoring goals and drew 0-0 with St Mirren at home.
I'm telling you, they're going to score about 10 during the week.
There was a nice piece of skill from an Aberdeen attacker to keep it at 0-0 for them as well. As he gets played in over the top and he just
It
kicks
was
the ball
Niall
away.
McGinn.
Niall McGinn trips over
Yep.
himself, kicks the ball
Makes
away.
it five
Good.
5 games without a goal now for Aberdeen.
It's bad. It's
And
very
they don't.
bad.
Well, I say they don't exactly have an easy game at the weekend. It is Celtic, who
That's as easy as it gets.
It's Wednesday, isn't it?
same thing.
It's not Wednesday in the weekend.
But at the weekend they do actually have an easy game. They are at home to Kelly.
Yeah.
You have brought us on to talking about the middle of the week.
But
There's only 3
we're not
games
going to
across
discuss
all
any of the
four.
other results in the ones we didn't cover.
did?
You're not going to discuss the championship results. We did discuss them.
Well, I said we
Two on
have
each,
two,
we
two
did
1-0
have the-
draws. No one needs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's alright, we'll keep you right, Craig.
That's perfect
I mean-
for you, Craig.
we will keep you right.
You know, it's been a slow week
Let
for
it
me.
out.
Yeah.
As and we will talk about the 3 games coming up during the week. 1 in the Championship and 2 in the Premiership.
Well, I think it's safe to say it'll probably just be 2 in the Premiership. Inverness don't play football anymore.
Nah.
We have to assume we might.
Inverness are going to get their game played. Okay. In the Premiership, we just talked about Celtic Aberdeen, and everyone's going to do their predictions for this. Starting with Craig, because he looks so keen.
I think Celtic will continue their good form, even though I've predicted them to not win the last 2 games. I'll predict them to win this one.
Oh, here we go.
2-0. Nice and easy.
Well done to Aberdeen for the win.
I mean, 2-0 to Celtic.
Yeah, I know, but when you predict
Okay.
it,
Aberdeen for the win.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, Billy.
2-0 Celtic. I agree with Craig.
Ross.
I'm going to say 4-0 Celtic.
Christ. He's a Rangers fan, everyone, by the way.
Aberdeen are horrendous at the minute. So.
Big Matt.
yeah, I just don't think we can stop the goal threat of Aberdeen at the moment. So I think they'll score
Uh-huh.
3-1.
Yeah,
I've got.
clinical.
They're high flying.
Would
3-1.
be typical Celtic to let Aberdeen score, wouldn't it? Well, I was so correct with my last 2 results, so I'm going to guess 9-0 Celtic.
Do you like just not getting correct score point?
Okay, I'll change it. then. You've guilt tripped me into it.
9-1.
No, it's silly,
9-1.
Nah. 4-1 Celtic. Okay. The next game is St Mirren Hamilton. And we all know this is going to be a goal fest. So Craig, what do you think?
I think Hamilton will continue their good run of form. 2-1 to Hamilton.
William.
I'm going to go for a score draw, and I'm going to go 2-2.
Jimmy.
I'm going to say Hamilton will win 2-0.
And I'll.
Big sexy Matt.
Yep, that's it. I'll take 1 each. Score draw, but not as optimistic as Bill with the goals.
I'm going to stick by the fact that Hamilton are still gash and St Mirren are also gash. So 1-0 St Mirren. The Championship. If this game goes ahead, Craig, what's the scoreline?
I think it will be. I'm going to be bold here. 1-0 Queen of the South.
1-0 Queen of the South. Billy.
Why should Inverness break a habit of a lifetime? 1 each.
Um, Jimmy
3-0 to Inverness, but the game won't go ahead.
and Matt.
Yeah, I'm also doubtful that the game will be played, but 2-0 Inverness if it does.
Myself, I don't know. The snow's melting. The temperatures are rising a bit.
They are.
So I think the game will go ahead, and I think 2-1 Inverness is going to be the scoreline. That is not it, because I forgot to mention our predictions from the weekend.
We don't need to.
No,
Really don't need
let's
to.
let's see what points everyone got. So Craig continued his dazzling form with 2 points.
Oh, it wasn't a good performance from me, was it?
No.
Wow.
No, you were shite.
Matt, you also got 2 points.
Yep. It was the best two, though. It was Celtic. It was Celtic, so that's okay.
Yep. Yeah, myself and Billy. Matt getting 7 tied for this
Thank you.
week. And James Ross Dewar, a man out in front here, 8 points. Well done.
You guys all laughed at me from my previous week, and I'm scintillating. I'm a man on form.
True.
I'm going to win.
You're good form.
Thank you to
And you
yeah,
go,
and
Ferg.
Thank you to David, Callum, Andrew, Jonathan, and Ewan for their predictions. Callum has got the highest score from these predictions with 11.
That's good going.
He's cheating.
Some result. Yeah, he is
He did. He watched the game before and then he gave the predictions.
Look, Billy.
Yeah.
Billy, he's a Kilmarnock fan. Let him have something. It's a small victory.
Win
suppose
much.
I wouldn't deny that bit of success.
Yep.
And the totals. Billy has pulled away. He's pulled away at the top. 22 points
Oh, so many.
on his own. Just behind him is myself and Matt on 17.
Oh, I'm unstoppable.
Craig's 2 behind on 15. And bringing up the rear, 1 point behind that on 14 is James. What do you have to say for yourself? You've won this game week, but you're last.
still
position. What do you have
last.
to say for yourself?
We've got Buzz Lightyear over there, but we're coming. I'm going to make it to the top.
He's on the charge.
Yes, he's on the track.
I have to look over my shoulders and see
I
him.
don't know.
But
I expect him to helicopter us all when he actually eventually wins this at the end of the season.
That'll be
That'll be
helicopter
the
Sunday.
queen bee of the beehive. There'll be some Buzz.
We recorded on Monday, Matt, so it'll be helicopter Monday.
Helicopter Monday then.
depends when the final games are at the weekend. Yeah, they will be, won't they?
Yes. You do not. I think that. Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Celtic released a lovely, wonderful statement. Their New Year review that they promised to fans this morning, didn't they?
I know Matt was buzzing about that.
For me, for me being a Celtic fan, I'm a bit let down. I expected more of an explanation than, yeah, pandemic, yeah, you know.
I mean, in fairness, we were the only club that had a pandemic, so I can see why they're using that excuse.
It's true.
The most affected club by the pandemic.
The team with the most money.
To
Ridiculous.
be fair, I don't think they actually said that this time, but they
No,
did
they
say
didn't
that
this time.
they didn't want to make any rash decisions that they may regret. So I'm guessing that's what they mean. That's why they're not sacking Neil Lennon, because they don't want to make a rash decision they might regret, like getting rid of him too quickly.
I can guarantee you
Not
don't
like
do it.
they hired him in. Not like they hired him in the showers after the cup
To
final.
be fair,
They just went in. They're like, Neil, you want the job?
when better to offer someone a job when they're taking a shower. I don't know why Neil's
That's how I
taking a
got my
shower
job.
after the game, but
Why did he take a shot?
yeah, it's okay.
That is a rash decision that they might regret, and well, they have come to regret, haven't they? Because
He brought home the 9.
a great
The
apology.
season's not
He
over yet,
brought home
Ferg.
the 9.
Yeah, well done. Well, congratulations, Neil.
And pending Rangers
Oh, Neil.
incoming deduction, he might bring home the 10.
That's
Did I-
true, because Rangers are going to lose, 800 points.
Do you think if they do null and void this season, they'll give Winner a chance at the 10? Yeah.
Probably.
You know what? I hope so. If the season gets null and void, we'll be seeing Neil Lennon next season, and it will be very.
You'll be
exciting.
seeing Neil Lennon next season regardless.
We'll be seeing Neil Lennon in the next 4 years because that's what he's been saying.
This was on his contract. We've got to go off it.
As in his contract.
Are you good over there, Buzz Aldrin?
No, he's off to
I really hope that the podcast picks up with the buzzing, and if Stuart's puns are just
Barry
lost.
Benson over there.
I'm really glad that this podcast fell on today, and not on the 14th, because none of us would have been here because we would have been too busy enjoying our Valentine's Day.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
One big Galentine's, that's what this podcast is. A love affair of Scottish football. That's what it is.
Sure loves the Scottish football.
Indeed.
It's the only thing any of us can love at this point. To be
Well,
honest.
at least you get to watch
Oh,
games.
I'm loving Scottish football.
Your game
Yeah, that's
doesn't seem
true.
to want to be on it right now.
That's true, but fuck here. So
Couldn't agree more.
he's gonna
Spit.
cry. He's gonna cry
Spit
into his
mean.
shirt.
For reference, Craig is wearing his Air United top just now.
It's covered in curry sauce as well.
It's not.
Which is not. It's covered in
Oh,
his
well.
tears. So.
Brilliant.
Oh well. Before Matt's audio decides to lag out on us, I think it's time to call this one. Call an end to it. So I'll let Matt say goodbye first.
Just thanks everyone for listening. I hope the buzzing isn't too much for everyone. Hope we're all doing well, and good night.
Billy.
Yes, thank you very much. It's good to be a free man now. Good night.
Craig.
Yes. Goodbye. That's all.
Mr. Entertainment, you got anything to say for us?
Just thank you to everyone that's listening, and we're only 4 away.
And from me, we have been the Five-A-Side Podcast. Good night, goodbye, God bless.